we don't preserve culture, and we don't allow culture to grow here as much as I personally, I think so, at least. You know, our culture has become carnival. That's
that alone.
That's alone.
Just carnival.
That's it, you know. And people might disagree, but that's what it is.
Yeah. Very true.
And the thing is, I see how that affects the energy of our country, because music is art is extremely important for the energy of our country. So when it is your entire art form is based around this one event that happens for 2 days, and I did that. I had to do that because all of the people who advised me growing up, because I've been in music almost my whole life. Since 6 years old, I've been
performing and things.
Yeah, I've been doing calypso in primary school. I started in primary school in St. Xavier's.
St. Xavier's.
Yeah, and it's a private school I went to, and they started me off in calypso, and my dad would write my calypsos for me. So
that's dope.
Yeah, so they, you know, they would tend to be on the serious side, you know, and we would
like
speak
literal social commentary.
Social commentary.
As a 6-year-old.
Exactly, right?
That's dope.
And I mean, I probably wouldn't know exactly what I was talking about, so to the extent, but that's the reason I'm here today, because I went through phases in my life where I tried soca, and we tried, you know, and not to down soca and what it is and what carnival is, but you need balance. Everything, absolutely. You know, and I always use Jamaica as a good example, because Jamaica has its dancehall, but at the same time you have artists like Protege, Chronics, Coffee. You know what I mean? Like all this positive talents that are talking about blessings and appreciation and gratitude and all these things. And
so it's like there's something for everybody.
Exactly.
There's something available from the island for everybody.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then like you come here now, and we almost stifle our art, because we decide that carnival is our art. And carnival is a festival. It's not an art form, right? So soca, this is my thing. From the time you have music that is made for 2 days of the year, and the substance, there will never really be substance within that music. Or there's always the exception to the rule. But very few songs.
Because we have artists like Voice who
exactly,
some kind of social commentary.
Right? 100%. But then like, sometimes I think like our star artist, and not to down anybody, but our star artists making diss tracks about other artists, and then going and preaching about praise and being in the Himalayas praying and meditation, and it just kind of contradicts itself. So it's not real. And the thing is, people know that.
It's just theater.
People know that. They mightn't say it. We love carnival. Everybody's looking forward to carnival, but carnival has become the only thing that Trinbagonians look forward to. And that's dangerous. And now what I'm starting to realize is the gunman trend. Where, that's a new thing. And we went on Apple Music the other night. So the song is number 13 on Trinidad's Apple Music, right?
Which is wherever you are.
Yeah, which is wherever you are, which is out now. But bro, on top of the list is a song called Die Die. There's a, you know what I mean? It's just all of these. I don't get it, like just violence. And dog, music has energy in it. When you put anger and hatred and that kind of vibe,
that's what you're spreading, boy. And people pick it up.
Exactly. Like especially in a place where like music is a release. A world without music, I don't know what a world without music will look like. But music is a release. And in a country that isn't very digital, whereas what I mean by that is like we can't have Spotify unless you have a VPN blocker and all these things. And Apple Music is a cost. I only got a credit card when I got the opportunity to go to Sweden to work, because that's a digital country. So that's the only reason I got a credit card. Other than that, I had a Lynx card, which card do nothing besides in Trinidad, right? So you find that the majority of people don't have things like Apple Music. So their music choice is going to be based on what the DJs play on the radio. So when it says kids going to school in maxis, and people going to work in the morning, and you have things like, call in and tell us who you're flushing down the toilet, this who get your vex. And you're asking people to pour their negativity and their anger.
Just negativity all over the air.
Exactly. So you asking people to bring that out. Now you have DJs playing, if you this one will die. That playing on the radio, man. And that could be someone's reality. I'm not taking away from the fact that that's people's reality. But there are ways to kind of, you can be in a bad situation and sell it in a different way. Exactly, right?
Turn it into something else.
And I think that's Carnival might have encouraged, it might have led people to that stage.
Yeah.
Because there's no other outlet for anything.
Yeah.
You have artists trying their best here to put out quality music that looks and feels like what people in LA might be doing, with absolutely no budgets, with absolutely no help. Having to, you know what I mean? Like, for myself, and I consider myself very privileged because I had certain opportunities that not everybody gets.
Yeah.
But even for
not even within the Caribbean.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's what is very tough, and what I think people don't realize is when it says you don't have budgets, right? And you have no outlet to now perform your music for people to come to your shows. You have maybe 50 people coming to your show. You have very niche market things, right?
Yeah. Because that's in Trinidad, you're technically a niche.
I am still extremely niche in Trinidad, right?
Yeah.
So Jimmy October and all of these. Oh, Jimmy October is unreal.
And Freetown Collective.
Freetown and all these people who preaching positivity and trying to create this community of artists and what artists are really supposed to be, which are people who are mirrors of society, right?
Yep.
We don't have that, and we don't have people who embrace that, or the rest of artists are competing against each other to go in Soca Monarch. And you know what I mean? So now the psychology behind the music is now all based around how we gonna win this year, boy.
I remember seeing on social media the other day, made a post about like LGBTQI rights and equality and justice, and apparently then I saw you made a post where you got some kind of negative feedback from that.
Right. So, well, I mean, the thing is, so wherever you are, it's a song that I want to keep abstract, as in everybody is going through a problem, everybody's going through a struggle, right? So I want everybody to be able to relate to that song, because we all have our different struggles, whether we consider it more grand than some other people, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the thing is, when I was in school, right? We were talking about this earlier, but I was in choir, right?
Right, yeah.
I was in choir off the bat. You got pulled into choir. Miss Lee Mack from Presentation College, Sando, that school I went to, pulled me into the choir off the bat. So I was in musicals and all these things.
And this was in what, like Form 1?
This was Form 1. From the time I got in school, they were like, yeah, you in the choir, right? So I was there off the bat. And I loved the music as well, so I was there. And when, St. Xavier's was a mixed school, a mixed primary school.
Right. And
my friends were now in different schools, and they would come to the matinee shows to see me in the musicals.
Yeah.
Right? So I had female friends gossiping, saying things like, oh, Kalpee, I think Kalpee gay, whatever. And at the time, it really bothered me. Right? I was young, I grew up in Trinidad, nobody spoke about things like that. So I didn't want to be called something I wasn't.
Yeah.
Right? And I remember one day coming out from choir practice, I was walking down High Street going for a taxi, right? And I probably had on like a cut-off jeans or something like that. And I don't want to use any kind of bad words here, but like the Rasta man across the street was like, "Yo, brother man, what?"
Oh, wow.
Shout out at me, right?
Oh, and at that point, how old were you?
I was about maybe
12,
14.
13.
About 14, maybe, yeah. And that really bothered me because the people started like laughing, and it kind of, I was, again, this is not me.
Yeah.
So now in my head, I'm like, okay, well, I had to be against this then.
Yeah.
Right? Automatically, I'm like, you know what? I against this. I'm not this, and those people think it's so bad.
Yeah.
That I'm now against this.
Yeah. So you have to suck up that hate and
so,
out at somebody
it's anger.
else.
I need to be angry against this so people know.
Yeah.
And that is never end up helping anyhow, right?
Yep.
So I went into choir with that kind of mindset towards people who might have been that way. And all of a sudden, again, at the time I didn't realize, but I kind of turned homophobic.
Yeah.
And then, I grew up and I went to university and I educated myself.
Yeah.
And I had friends who were like that as well, and I had absolutely no problem with it. But I do remember a time when as somebody who grew up in a family who was very, loving and that kind of thing, I had a vibe. I had that vibe with me,
Yeah.
So in my head, I'm like, you know what? Things like equality should be taught off the bat in schools.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Everybody is equal.
Right.
We are all human. We mightn't all have the same values and opinions, but that's not my problem. Like, if you decide to be you, I can't be upset that is you. Like, you have to allow that person that space to breathe.
Yeah.
That's the only way we move forward as a society, right? So, like, we're actually trying to plan a school tour right now to talk about things like that, you know? Yeah, because like I really do think that's where it starts. I'm not trying to waste energy speaking to close-minded people. I'm trying to reach out to people who are sponges, so the kids and the youth, who we can now grow into the society that we want it to be. And that will take time. So you're looking at Vision 2040 maybe here.
Sweet.
But you know, like sometimes I hear the government something, the way they speak about this is the abomination of the thing, and man, I've been away and I see how beautiful. I have friends who are gay and they're the most beautiful people, as in they're helping, their spirits, their personality, they're just about helping others and, you know what I mean, and enriching other people's lives. And how could you now have hatred and anger towards somebody like that who is now trying to put positivity out into the world? That don't make any sense.
Absolutely.
So, you know?
And I think it's absolutely dope that you use your platform.
Thank you.
Because I think a lot of people have platforms just for being pretty or just for being popular.
An influencer.
Like, just an influencer. I get you. And you know, you're not influencing in any way apart from showing off what you have.
Exactly.
And, you know, it's always amazing to see people who have managed to get a following. Put things out there that matter. And really try to make some kind of positive change. And try to wake people up.
Drives itself.
Really, really dope.
You know, like we have such a good opportunity as artists. As I went on a radio station and said this once and they got upset at me, but like radio announcers, DJs, artists, man, we have the biggest opportunity and the biggest responsibility to preach a certain message. Right? So when it says you're going on the radio and the only thing you're asking people to do is support negativity and you're talking about so it's okay to horn this one, and that's all you're speaking about. There are people listening though.
I can't listen to it.
I feel likewise.
I don't listen to it.
Right? It's upset me, right? Because these are big people.
On your way to work, that's the last thing you want to hear.
You know, and some people on their way to jobs that they might necessarily want to go to, right? So you have people just put, PBE, so now give me a bad drive and sing my boss, flush my boss down the toilet, and there are these programs put in place to get the population angry. And you see how the energy has changed. Trinidad's energy has changed, it's shifted. And it's because our substance is not within our art, and we do not support our art form. As in the real artists of Trinidad and Tobago, we do not support them. Around artistry, it's around carnival. Not taking away anything from carnival, but we need to have balance as we, just to come back to that. It's important.
Is necessary.
It's necessary.
And we should create things for the people for our people to enjoy, no matter where you're from, whatever it is that you enjoy. There should be something made at home for you to enjoy.
Yeah, man, exactly.
Another thing I wanted to touch on was the accident that you had. That was what, probably 3 months ago?
That was approaching 3 months,
About 3 months ago. Good to see that you've recovered so quickly, because I understand it was pretty crazy. What was that like? Like, I mean, you know, people talk about near-death experiences and how that can totally change your outlook on life. Like, what was that like?
Well, I mean, actually, you're right. It completely did change my outlook on life. But basically, we came to Trinidad to shoot some music videos for the EP Home. Right. So the EP is about home, Trinidad. Right.
And when that dropping?
That is dropping in 2020. And I'm giving you songs periodically. So one is out wherever you are, and then another one for Miles Away will come out shortly after, in December. But yeah, so we were actually heading up to Paramin in this old school Land Cruiser van, no roof.
Just dope.
Right? Dope, right? And you know, we're heading up the hill, man, and we get to the top of the hill, and then the van loses power. So the guy is like, you know, well, y'all had to get out the car. But I need one of y'all to stay because I need some weight in the back, right? So I stay in the back. And then he tries to now turn the van around because we can't get the power to reach the top of the hill. So he's trying to turn it on Paramin Hill now. And the van loses all power and it gets stuck in, like, the two wheels get stuck in the drain and starts rolling backwards. And he turns the wheel and it flips and the metal bar just lands right on my chest now. You know, so it kind of messed me up a little bit. Like, had 8 broken ribs on this side, 2 on this side. I lost my spleen. My liver was in half. You know, it compressed my lung. So like I couldn't sing coming out of it and stuff. But it's a miracle because so many things.
That is a miracle.
Yeah. The thing is, this is how I like to look at things, right? I don't think life gives us anything that we can't handle, right?
That's the truth.
You know? And I think that all of these things, I feel like all of these things happened already. And this is the path that I chose. This was necessary in order for my mind to be conditioned the way it is right now,
Yeah.
we changed our entire approach to the project after this accident. Wherever you are ended up coming out as the first song instead of another song. Like, I'm on the road to recovery. I'm getting so much better. I feel stronger. My mental is a lot stronger, and I feel more passionate towards life and towards doing things of substance and empowering people, inspiring people. That inspires me. You know, and I feel like we just need more people, like more leaders to rise up and inspire people, man. Like
that's an unfortunate thing, but it's fortunate for some people where some of these very scary and unfortunate events end up giving life to some amazing
100%.
things. And then like you end up dropping a song like wherever you are, and the person who needs to hear it at this particular time of their life will get it.
And that could, you never know, right?
If this crazy thing didn't happen to you, then this dope series of events wouldn't have happened, and people who need to be touched, they can be touched now.
For sure. So I am almost grateful. I mean, I'm here today, so I'm grateful for life. But it's like just the way the ambulance, man. Like I remember being on the hill after the accident and thinking to myself, first thing in my mind was like, gosh, I wonder how long will it take for an ambulance to get up here? 2 seconds later. That was scary. That was the scariest part, because I'm like, wait, we just couldn't make it up this hill. Can an ambulance make it up the hill? How long is the ambulance going to take to make it up the hill? 5 minutes later, a random ambulance passing through Paramin pulls up that we didn't call. So, you know, little things like that now. You know, like the way the doctors, everything just happens in the right time. You know, like, yeah, man.
Sweet. All right, so to wrap up, is there anything that you'd want to share with people that you think people really, really need to hear?
I mean, I just feel as though, have hope. I feel as though Trinidad is going through an interesting time, and we need to uplift each other, and we need to come together as a society, and yeah, man, be our brothers and our sisters keeper. Like, that's the biggest message I want to put out there, you know, like, we're going through a hard time when it comes to crime and things. I feel as though a lot of the population is scared to go out, and it affects the energy of the country. So yeah, man, let's help each other and inspire each other and motivate each other to be a paradise. We are island, man, you know?
See. All right, thanks for chatting with us.
Bless my bro, blessings. Thank you, bro.